Why is it called Bluetooth? We use Bluetooth every day. We use it to connect wireless earbuds to our smartphones. We use it to connect our phones to our cars. And we also use it to connect keyboards and mice to our computers. Today, Bluetooth is a very familiar name. But if you think about it, the name is a little strange. Blue is a color. And tooth means a tooth. So Bluetooth literally means Bluetooth. Why does a wireless technology have such a strange name? Surprisingly, the story begins with a Viking king who lived about 1,000 years ago. In the 10th century, Denmark had a king named Harald Gormson. Today, he is commonly known as Harald Bluetooth or Harald I of Denmark. He ruled Denmark in the middle and late 10th century. He is remembered as an important king in Danish history. He is especially known for bringing different groups together into one kingdom. He also expanded his influence into parts of Norway. But Harald had a very unusual nickname: Bluetooth. In other words, Bluetooth. So why did a king have such a strange nickname? We still do not know the exact reason. One common explanation is that one of Harald's teeth may have been dead or badly discolored. Because of this, the tooth may have looked dark blue. But we do not know if this story is actually true. There are several different ideas about where the nickname came from. What is important is that Harald became known by the nickname Bluetooth. But this brings us to another question. How did the nickname of a king from about 1,000 years ago become the name of a modern wireless technology? To answer this question, we need to go to the 1990s. At that time, the electronics industry was growing quickly. Mobile phones and laptop computers were becoming more common. Many new electronic devices were also appearing. But connecting different devices was not as easy as it is today. Different devices use different cables and different ways to connect. Different companies also use different technologies. So the electronics industry needed a common wireless technology. The goal was simple: connect nearby electronic devices without cables. Several companies, including Ericsson, Intel, and Nokia, took part in developing this technology. Then, in 1996, an Intel engineer named Jim Karduk suggested a temporary name for the project. That name was Bluetooth. At the time, Karduk was reading historical novels about the Viking Age. While reading these books, he learned about King Harald Bluetooth. Karduk noticed an interesting similarity. Harald Bluetooth had brought different groups together. The new wireless technology was also designed to bring different things together. But this time, they were electronic devices. Harald connected people and regions. Bluetooth would connect computers, mobile phones, and other electronic devices. So the name of a Viking king, from about 1,000 years ago, became the code name for a modern wireless technology. But there is another interesting part of the story. Bluetooth was not supposed to be the final name. At first, it was only a temporary name used during development. Other names were considered. But it was difficult to choose a new name and solve problems related to trademarks. Meanwhile, people in the industry were already using the name Bluetooth. In the end, the temporary name stayed. Bluetooth became the official name. But Harald Bluetooth can be found in more than just the name. He is also connected to the Bluetooth logo that we see on electronic devices. Look closely at the Bluetooth symbol. It looks a little like the letter B, but its shape is unusual. This shape was not created by accident. The logo combines two runic letters from the Viking Age. Harald Bluetooth begins with the letters H and B. One rune represents H. The other represents B. These two runes were combined to create the Bluetooth logo. So the small Bluetooth logo on your smartphone contains the initials of a Viking king who lived about 1,000 years ago. Harald Bluetooth brought different groups together. Modern Bluetooth brings different electronic devices together. The time periods are very different. And the things they connect are also very different. But they share the same basic idea: connection. So behind the familiar name Bluetooth is a history that goes back nearly 1,000 years, from the Viking Age to modern wireless technology. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.